Let's talk about self-doubt. There's a common theme that has showed up during this full moon in Aries, depending on, again, where Aries is in your chart will kind of show the area of your life where you're feeling this more. However, just understanding that Aries is the first house of the zodiac, the first house of self. It's actually our coming into this world, our identity, and the rules, the I am. And through this time, many are experiencing self-doubt. So many are doubting themselves, their offerings, how they show up in the world, their identity, their old status quo versus their new status quo, and how they want to show up. And as I witness this, right, as the collective and with women that I work with in my containers, it's really fascinating to see how interconnected we truly are and how many of us are all going through the same kind of, almost like an identity crisis, right? It's like a meaning-making crisis time. And John Vervaeke talks about this a lot. So if you want to go deeper into the meaning-making crisis that's happening globally, I would suggest looking up John Vervaeke on YouTube, and he can go a little bit deeper for you there. So I just want to let you know that self-doubt is not just a mindset, right? It's not, I'm my mindset, I'm the person that doubts myself. No, but it does arise for us, right? And so what is happening now with this full moon energy, right? It's like fire energy. It's like we want to, take off and do new things, but then boom, this self-doubt comes up, these worthiness questions. Who the fuck am I? Who am I to offer this? Yeah. And so that actually needs to come to the surface, right? That's the unconscious that is actually rising for us. And this is what these full moons do. They're like, it's like a pressure cooker of change that's coming in for us to actually acknowledge, oh my God, that lives somewhere within me. And oftentimes it's going to show up in your body as well. So really listen to your body, okay? Your body is a signal for you to attune deeper into what is actually going on. So knowing that self-doubt is not just a mindset, it's a neural pattern. It's an ingrained loop that is looping in your precious brain that is so rigid. Your brain is so rigid. It's so sweet, but it's so rigid, right? So when we receive these hardwired programs, and typically, neuroscience refers to these times as the critical periods, the first 7 years of our life is when we receive like essentially the lens that we see the world through, right? And that can be very, very small, right? Like that can be a very narrow lens depending on our parents, the ancestry, the societal programs, and the schooling that we were in, right? So if we had fearful parents that were looping and scarcity and victim consciousness and had, fear around money, guess what? That is somewhere ingrained in you until it comes to the conscious, right? Until we acknowledge that we have these fears that are living within us, right? And as soon as we bring it up, we can actually acknowledge this pattern and work with it to repattern it. We don't actually have to stay in this loop, because over time, you have to understand, the more that you think, or your mind is like that, your monkey mind's going in this loop, we're actually wiring this through repetition, through our emotions, and through how we perceive safety in the world, right? That's like pretty freaking huge. Here's the beautiful part about this. We can disrupt those patterns. We can actually have these breakthrough moments where we disrupt the pattern. And I'll give you a hint, psychedelics actually work to turns down the default mode network, the amygdala. The amygdala actually controls our fear response. It's like the alarm clock, how we perceive fear, right? So again, if we've had like fearful parents or very overly cautious parents, and don't do this and you're gonna fall and and money is this and you have to work hard, and all these programs, right? And so the culmination of these full moons wants to bring this all to surface, because in truth, you're meant to live without these programs, right? We're not here to be looping in these kinds of elusive thoughts and ways of being, right? Because it's actually making us play super, super small in an infinite galaxy of space, right? And when we tap into the quantum field, just know that every single possibility is there for you at any time. So anything is possible for you to access. It's just vibrational. However, if we're reverting to the loops in our mind and we're staying in these loops of unworthiness, not good enough, doubting everything we do, doubting our identity, doubting if we're good enough, this actually needs to be disrupted, right? We actually have to disrupt this loop. So if you're someone that is looping in this, just know that we can break through this, right? And this could also be like your food choices, right? Like we can loop in that too, because the doubt actually tells us, I'm safer if I just stay home and I eat and this will make me feel better, versus like leaning into the uncomfortable, right? So we're not actually running, we're actually facing it and being true with ourselves. This is why I always recommend working with a practitioner that is aligned and who is, you know, embodied in transformation and shadow work, because we actually can't make these changes until we acknowledge the shadow that's living and ruling us. 95% of your brain is unconscious and only 5% is conscious, which means we have quite a bit of repatterning to do. DM if you would like support.